All right. Let me see. Is this thing on? Okay. Sorry about that. I had a very important phone call that I had to take. So we are back. What I was saying before the live that was interrupted is that for our daily quest today, we need to complete 3 lessons, spend 15 minutes learning, and score 90% or higher in 5 lessons. So we did some math already. I am ready to move on to some language, if that is, well, since I started a new stream here, why don't we also do another math lesson since this is technically a new stream. So let's start, let's do part 2 of rounding numbers, lesson 2 of 3, and then we'll move on to language. So match the pairs. 341 to the nearest tenth is 340. 496 to the nearest tenth is 500. And 75 to the nearest tenth is 80. Get as close as you can. So 0 to 145. 145, what would you think? Maybe, let's say 150? No, the answer is 290. Okay, so it looks like we would be counting by 145 plus 145 to the nearest 100. So 424 would be 400. Round to the nearest 100. 122 would be closer to 100. Show on the line. So we have a range here from 0 to 100, with 30 being here. So from 0 to 1,000, we know that 500 would be in the middle, so 300 would be right above where the 30 is right here. Get as close as you can. So we have 80 to 100. So what would the next line be? I'm actually not sure. Well, 100 minus 80 is 20, so maybe the next line would be 120. No, okay, that was correct. Round to the nearest tenth, so we have 220 or 240, which would 230 or 240. So this here would be 230. Round to the nearest 10. 99 is close to 100. Get as close as you can. 60, 75, blank. So what would this line be here? I'm going to go with the same method I did before. So what I did was 60 minus 70, 75 minus 60, which is 15. So 75 plus 15 is 90. So I'm going to say that this next line here would be 90, as it's counting in multiples of 15. How much is 89 cents rounded to the nearest 100? So 89 is closer to 90. If we're rounding to the nearest 100, so it would either be, let's see, I guess it would either be 80 or 100. So for this one, we're going to go with 100. Get as close as you can on the number line. So we have 0 to 1,000. We know that 500 is in the middle. 250 would be in between that. So 380 would be somewhere right here, probably. Yeah. Show on the line. Okay, so the same concept as before. 0 to 100 with 50 in the middle. And we have 0 to 1,000. So we know that 500 would be in the middle of that. Okay, now we need to round to the nearest tenth. So I believe this would be 220. How much is 24 cents rounded to the nearest tenth? Okay. I let's see, if we have 24 cents rounded to the nearest tenth, so it's either 20, or 30. 24 is closer to 20. So I would say 2 dimes, 20 cents. It costs 79 cents to make my fancy espresso at home. How much is that rounded to the nearest 10 cents? So that would be 80 cents because 79 is closer to 80 than it is to 70. Okay, let's correct the one that we missed. Okay, so what I did, so 0 to 145. So 145 plus 145 is 8, 9, is 290. So that would be the missing blank there. Lesson complete. Nice. And we did good. We got a 94. Let's just watch through these ads very quickly. I would like to thank everyone who has joined the live so far. Don't forget to like the live and leave a comment in the chat and let me know that you're here. If you're interested in these types of lives, I go live every day at 4:30 Eastern Time. So if you're interested in more things like this, definitely subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out. All right, so we are doing very good on our daily quest. We just need to complete one more lesson to open the bronze, spend 5 more minutes learning to open the silver, and 3 more lessons, and 90% in 3 more lessons. Hi, Intimate of Eleusis. Duolingo does do math. They implemented this year, I think around February, March is when they implemented this. So if you go into your Duolingo app and tap on where your language flag would be, if you go over to the plus sign here, it should say new courses, and you'll see that they have math lessons as well as music lessons, and then all of the language lessons on the bottom. So thanks so much for leaving a comment. I really appreciate that. Okay, so we've done pretty good. I say let's do another math lesson. It seems like we're doing pretty good with that. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, I feel like this is a good way to kind of advertise and also just practice our math skills and keep our brains sharp. So that's really the main focus of this live. Get as close as you can. So 500 would be in the middle, 250 around here. So 110 is probably like right here. Yep. Round to the nearest tenth, that would be 40. Round to the nearest tenth. Looks like this would be 340. Yep. Select the match. Okay, so the first one, the range is 0 to 100, so that's too small. But the second one is 0 to 1,000, that's a bigger range, so 330 would most likely be there. Round, okay, match the pairs, match the pairs. 323 is the nearest tenth is 320. 327, the nearest tenth is 330. And 118 to the nearest tenth is 120. Get as close as you can. Okay, let me do a little math on my paper here. So 210, 180 that's 30. So 210 plus 30 is 240. So that's going to be my estimate. All right. Round to the nearest 10. 362, that would be 360. Get as close as you can. All right, so our range here is from 1 to 1,000. We have 500 in the middle, 250 around there. So say 150 would be somewhere right here. Yeah, close enough. Select the match. Ooh, okay, so both ranges are in the thousands. So we just have to use some estimation here. So if 500 is in the middle, then this first one is this is a bigger number than 140. But the bottom one here is a little bit more, seems to be more accurate. So let's go with this one. Match the pairs. 271 to the nearest tenth is 270. 166 to the nearest tenth is 170. And 397 to the nearest tenth is 400. Okay, round to the nearest tenth, that would be 300. 313 to the nearest tenth is 310. 227 to the nearest tenth is 230. And 261 to the nearest tenth is 260. To the nearest tenth cent, how much is 126? Okay, so we just kind of went through this. 126 to nearest tenth would either be 120 or 130. So which exactly is it closest to? I believe that it's closer to 130 than 120. So let's see if that's the answer. Okay. Show on the line. So same concept as before. The range up here is showing 1 to 100, but even though this one down here is 1 to 1,000, the range is kind of similar to the top one. So if we slide this over to match the 28 at the top, that is equivalent to 280 on the bottom. My new sketchbook cost 61 cents. Rounded to the nearest tenth cent, how much does it cost? So I would say that it costs 60 cents. All right, and we got a perfect score. That was amazing. We just watched this ad very quickly. I do want to thank everyone who has joined the live so far. Don't forget to like, leave a comment in the chat. Let me know that you're here. And I just want to thank you all so much for joining. Okay, we are doing very good on our quest. We still need to uh, learn for one more minute, and we need to take 2 lessons. So I think we've done enough math for today. I say we move on to a language. Just going to watch another ad very quickly. But if you are interested in lives like this, I go live every day at 4:30 Eastern Time. So if this is something you're into, definitely subscribe so you don't miss out. All right, let's move on to English. So we're still in section 1, unit 1, and we're still discussing traveling solo. Today we are in lesson 3 of 6. Complete the sentence. That man wants blank his cat. Do they let people blank pets to the hotel? Let's see. So that man wants to
To
bring his
bring.
cat. Do they let people
Bring.
bring pets to the hotel?
I'm doing laundry today. Can you help me?
Okay, he's saying, I'm doing laundry today. Can you help me? No. Okay. Oh, I could come. Okay. All right, guys. So I gotta go, but I do want to thank you all for joining the live, and I will see you guys tomorrow around the same time. Thanks, and bye-bye.